Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosimar Zaragoza. I know a handful in English. I go by Rose, it's easier. And I'm going to be giving you a presentation of how to run your business through social media. Why do I want to do that? That's because that's what I do. I work from home. I had the opportunity to work with Vida Divina, which you're going to be hearing a little bit about, and I've been doing everything through social media since I have a baby. So Vida Divina is a multi-level marketing company. We have health and wellness products. We have treats for pets. We have all these capsules, tea, um, and we focus on helping people have a divine life. It could be in the financial sense, in the physical sense, in the emotional sense, and that's what we're here for. So with Vida Divina, I've been able to run my business from home. I basically do everything through Facebook. I rarely even see clients in person, and it's just a great alternative for people who are like me, who are a little bit on the slightly above average tech savvy. Because I don't think I'm tech savvy, but I think I can figure out a lot of stuff in terms of social media, not computer stuff. That's my husband. So we do a great team working together and figuring out how we can run our business from the computer. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and you're going to see a presentation. So running your business from social media. I'm going to start telling you a little bit about my why. My why has a name and a last name. His name is Gabriel Mateo Melendez. Gabriel was born on January 1st, 2018, so he's just almost 5 months old. And he is the reason why I quit my job. I have been a medical technologist for 6 years. I worked in microbiology. That's my thing. I love science. I love working with bacteria. I really think it's super cool. But I had a baby, and I knew that I wanted to spend time with him, and I wanted to be home. I didn't want to pay for daycare. To me, it's just not worth it. So I wanted to go part time in my job. I worked at the Veterans Hospital here in Orlando, uh, but that wasn't an option for me. My department didn't do part time, so I started applying to different hospitals, and I didn't get a call back. Um, my experience was very specialized, and it was hard to break out from my microbiology background to a different background where there were more job opportunities. So my husband had been doing Vida Divina since the summer, so this would be about eight months ago. And my mom's been with Vida Divina since right from the beginning. She's like the second person who started the business in Puerto Rico. She lives and breathes Vida Divina. And so I knew a lot about the business, and I knew a lot about the products. It wasn't my interest then. And it is my interest now because I get to work from home and I get to have my baby with me. I have never had to leave him anywhere for more than 2 hours, and he's always with daddy when I'm not around. And I think that's just a blessing because a lot of parents want to do it and they're not able to. And that was something that was super important to me, to spend that time with him. And you can see he's so cute. So, the benefits of social media. Social media is free. Everyone has social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'm sure there's a lot more. Pinterest. Um, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. Everyone has it. That's why it's accessible. You can have it. Everyone has, well, not everyone, but most people have a Facebook. Most people have an Instagram. And that's just accessible. It doesn't matter. You can be on your computer, you can be on your phone, and it's just around. It makes your business grow within your physical area, which in my case is Orlando, but I do a lot of business in Puerto Rico because of my fan page, and I'm going to be talking more about that. So it's just accessible. Most people have a Facebook. Most people have a cell phone. For example, there's a lot of people in the Dominican Republic who I was talking to a couple months ago that they don't have a computer, but they have a phone, and all their transactions and everything they do will be through their phone. So that's why it's accessible mobile. I am running my business from my car when, of course, I'm not driving. When my husband is driving, I am running my business from the bathroom if I want. And it's just easy. I am running my business like 6 hours a day when I'm breastfeeding because breastfeeding takes so long. And I can just work from my phone, and it just makes it so much easier. And it's not like a 9 to 5. You have to be available for your customers. And thankfully, my phone lets me contact my customers when I'm just waking up and it's like 7 in the morning and I'm about to feed my baby. And I can just message a couple people, and then because I have messages pending, and it's just amazing that it's just so available. And then limitless, like I said, it goes beyond your geographical area. It goes to your entire country, to your entire continent. You can even reach other parts of the world, say Japan, Europe, Africa, and it's amazing because it's people you normally wouldn't be in contact with, and now social media is allowing you to. So there's a difference between a profile and a fan page on Facebook, and I'm going to talk specifically on Facebook because that's what I've been using. I'm sure there's ways to do it as well on Instagram, and eventually I will explore it, but for now I'm going to focus on Facebook because it's giving me what I need. And what I need is sales, recruitment, and I've been able to do that for 2 months with Facebook, completely with Facebook. So as you can see, the first picture is my profile. Which is what everyone has with their name and if they have their phone number and all that sort of stuff. That's where you post your pictures. Then you have a fan page. A fan page is a page where you can get you can reach more people. There's different views on fan page. You can either call it, in my case, Vida Divina Puerto Rico, which is the one I've been running, and that's how my customers are in Puerto Rico. And then we have one called Cambié mi salud, mira como lo hice. It actually translates to I changed my health, look how I did it. See how I did it. And then we have two different ways. Vida Divina Puerto Rico is good because it talks about my company. And then the other one, I changed my health, see how I did it. It attracts more people that might not know what Vida Divina is. So I run one and my husband runs the other one. So, what is important to know before you start promoting your business on your profile or on a fan page is you need to know the company's policy. You need to know what Vida Divina allows or what they don't. I actually read the terms and conditions like 3 times. It's a very long document because I wanted to make sure I was doing right in social media. So it's very important because you don't want to break the rule. You don't want to be the one who they use as an example. And then you also need to know Facebook's terms and conditions. It's very important to know what Facebook allows and what they don't. In our case, we're doing health and wellness products, and Facebook is kind of iffy about what we can do, what we can't do. And I've been learning slowly but surely. And for example, I was in Facebook jail for a couple of days in March because I had messaged too many people, or I went to Facebook jail, like I call it, because I posted in too many groups. So they actually lock my ability to do certain things if I don't follow the rules. But like I said, I am learning. So you also need to know your market and your followers. You need to know what your market is. Like for example, my market is Puerto Rico. That's where most of my clients are. So obviously I have to post in Spanish. It makes it easier for them. And I have to post things like they care about. You're going to be seeing an example of a hypothyroidism post that I did that definitely captured people as opposed to a post about some other product. And it's just the way you target your market and your followers as well. If your followers are in the younger generation, make sure you use the wording and the colors and all that stuff that attracts that kind of people. If your followers are more in the 40s plus, then you might want to use something that relates more to them. It's very important to reach them and to that's your point. You need to find your clients, and you need to meet their expectations. So First thing, when you have your Facebook profile, it's easy sometimes to share a lot of things and not really make it um, human, especially in the fan page. You can see this is my fan page. And we do a lot of business with Puerto Rico, like I said, so we send a lot of packages through the mail. So every time I go to the post office, well, not every time, but at least once a week, I like to post a picture saying, hey, your packages are leaving. It just gives people a sense of security, like, oh, really, they really do go to the post office. I'm not just paying a random person and they just don't do anything. And that really helps make it human. I also did a Facebook Live, which is a picture on the left, and it just helps people connect with you from that Facebook Live. I talked about my reason for leaving my job. I actually showed my computer nets to my baby's bassinet, and I had 3 people respond in private saying, I really want to do what you're doing. Like, I wasn't sure about the business and I was scared, but I can see that you're doing it and I want to do what you do. I want to work from home. I want to be with my family. And that's just amazing that only because I did like a 5-minute Facebook Live, I was able to connect with 3 people. That's just 3 new people, not counting the people who have seen it after, not counting the 150 plus views it had like in one day. So it's pretty amazing how you can just learn more about your customers and get to know them better and also connect with them. So it's very, very extremely important to care for your image. This would be on your fan page, this could be on your profile, this could be on Instagram, on Snapchat, any social media you have. Care for your image because I personally don't like seeing inappropriate things on Facebook. I make sure I unfollow people if they have inappropriate things. I don't like to unfriend people, but I unfollow them. I don't want to see what you post. And it's very important to make sure that you're careful about the types of posts that you're doing. Make sure that it's not something that's going to cause a lot of arguments, things that are not going to be too out there. I don't post about politics. I don't post about religion. I am a Christian, and every once in a while I'll put a positive message. I'll put a Bible verse, but that's it. I don't talk about how Muslims blah 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 or how Jews blah blah blah. I don't do that. That is not what your Facebook is for. The moment you start a business like this and you want to use social media for your business, your profile becomes your business card. You want to be as transparent as you can be. You can have all your opinions, you just don't have to share it with the world in Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter. Make sure about the types of comments that you leave and the types of comments people leave for you. It's very important to be respectful. It's very important to just be careful about what you post and how you post it. Remember, you are writing and people can read it in whatever tone they want. I can write, I am happy for you in the most sarcastic way, and the person's going to read it like, oh, I am happy for you. I can write something that is completely neutral, but if the person, for example, is in a bad mood, they can read it as something with a bad attitude. And that you just have to be careful about how you post and choose your words wisely. Same with arguments. There's so many arguments in social media. And you just want to make sure that you don't get in the middle of it. If someone starts to argue, like, I don't know how they say this in English. Oh, I guess the client's always right. So the customer's always right. So just let them win. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for your image. And lastly, pictures. Make sure your pictures are decent. Make sure your pictures are not inappropriate. Make sure that if you are promoting health, don't be eating all sorts of junk food. You can do it, but not every day. It wouldn't look good for your image. If you say you're a Christian, don't be posting things that are like racially inappropriate, or don't be posting things that go against what you stand for. And don't allow people to do that. I personally have every time I'm tagged, I have to review my tags before my name appears, because I want to make sure that whatever has my name on it in social media is something that I actually agree with. So these are just tips on how to care for your image on social media. So now that you have a profile or fan page. You can promote your fan page, you can promote your products, you can promote your profile. And an easy way to do that is do a raffle. This is in Spanish, and I apologize. I didn't think of picking an English one. But you can see here that I wanted to get to 2,000 likes, and I had 1,900, and I wanted to get to 2,000 likes. So I said, if you guys help me out to get to 2,000 likes, I'm just gonna raffle a week's worth of tea, week treatment of tea divina. And people were very responsive. I had more than 40 people message and do the things. I asked them to like my page. I asked them to comment I heart Te Divina with the heart emoji. And I asked them to share that link with their friends on Facebook. And thankfully, we were able to reach 2,000 likes. And I started this when I was like at 1,300. And I think in about a month and a half, I was able to reach my 2,000 likes, which was amazing. And that was just something amazing. Then we raffled the tea. We did a Facebook Live video. We put all the names in a little bucket, and then we picked out the winner. We actually raffled 2 different teas, so we were able to reach 2 people. And it was just amazing how people were super excited about trying the tea. People were super excited winning the tea. One of the ladies who won the tea has actually bought like 3 teas after that. So we definitely got our money's worth on that. And it's just a great idea to promote your business, to promote your profile, your fan page without investing too much. Think about it. For a tea, it costs you $6.67, and I was able to get a bunch of likes on my page because of that. So it's definitely worth it, because that's each like, it's a potential client, it's a potential customer, it's a potential affiliate, it's a potential prospect, and that's pretty amazing. You can reach them, you can reach their family, you can reach their friends. So there's different posts that I do. I post every day on my fan pages. I like to post in the morning and at night, especially after 8 p.m., 7 p.m. when people are home. They are finished eating, they're winding down, they put their babies to bed, their kids to bed. So I like to post in the morning something positive or something that's going to catch their attention, and then at night something that's actually going to help them with their health, or some kind of product that we can offer them. Here you can see 3 different examples of posts, and Facebook, thankfully, on a fan page gives you the opportunity to see how your posts are doing. You can see this one says kit for thyroid control, the first one, and it had 2,000 interactions. This doesn't mean that 2,000 people liked it. It doesn't mean that 2,000 people commented. It just means that 2,000 people viewed it and did something with it. They shared it, they reacted, they commented, different things. They clicked on it. Most of these are they clicked on it. And actually, a lot of people private message me about talk to me about this thyroid kit. And then you can see, for example, the one in the middle, it's about Gano. It says it regulates blood pressure, cholesterol, and sugar. And it had 1,200 interactions, which is pretty amazing for a post that I didn't pay anything for it. I literally opened my PowerPoint, put a picture of the tea, put a picture of the product, and put some words around it. And that was it. It didn't cost me anything, maybe like 10 minutes. And all these posts I want to share that I make my own posts on PowerPoint. I just put different fonts, different letters, different words, products, and try to catch the attention of my customers. For example, for the tea, I did one that's called Are You Constipated? And it's this little picture of a cartoon in the toilet straining, and then a big picture of the tea, like saying, hey, the tea can help you. It's just different ways you can create your own images without actually having to spend too much time or effort into them. And then you can see on the third one, it's a post about the hot chocolate. It says, enjoy our hot chocolate that makes you healthier. Our hot chocolate makes you healthier. And you can see this post didn't have that much interaction. It only has 67 interactions as opposed to my 2,000 and 1,200 interactions for the other posts. So I know that this type of post doesn't necessarily attract the majority of my customers. It doesn't attract the majority of my followers. So this is the type of post that I will do once a month, maybe once every third week, as opposed to the other types of posts that I'll do those more often because I want my posts to be relevant for my followers, because otherwise they're not going to follow you anymore. So Facebook also allows you to see how your posts have performed. This is that 2,000 interactions, people reach, I'm sorry. It's about the hypothyroid. And you can see I had almost 2,000 people reach. Of those, I had 48 interactions. So 2,000 people reach means 2,000 people saw that. That's pretty amazing for a post that didn't cost me anything. And then we had 27 likes, 3 loves, and you can see some people shared it, some people commented. I got some private message from it that doesn't show here, but it's just a different way that you can learn how people interact with your post. Like those 27 likes, a lot of them are from other Vida Divina distributors. They like the post and they're like, I agree with this. So they do the thumbs up. But also some of them are the customers who have tried the product. And so that's different ways that you can learn about your market. And this type of picture where there's a T and there's a product next to it, it's really good for getting the point across. I have one for indigestion or heartburn, and it's about Ignite, which is our digestive enzymes, and the T next to it. And those types of simple posts have really good interaction. So you can also do a boosted post. These are paid posts. Actually, I'm running a boost on this one right now. And it says burn fat fast. So you pay for that one. And I know you've all scrolled through Facebook and you've seen random sponsor ads, and now they do videos, and you're in the middle of something and it pops up, or you can just scroll through and you're like, okay, what is this? So make sure I pick colors that would attract people's attention. Facebook has a rule that you can't have more than 20% font in the picture. So this one actually didn't perform as well because the font here, the letters here are about 30% of the picture. And Facebook tells you that. And there's also an application you can use in which it tells you if you've made a good post or if it's a bad post. Like Facebook's going to tell you before you do your post. It's like a filter. They go through it and they're like, yeah, this is not going to do very well. You should change it. There's too much font in it or whatever. So, but this one actually, I turned it on. I think it was last weekend. This past weekend, and I had some interaction until suddenly I didn't have any interaction. It was because Facebook turned off my post because they don't like to. They have problems with health and wellness products. They're like, we don't believe in this, so they turn off your post, even if you're paying sometimes. But you just have to learn your way around it. I don't use certain words anymore. Like I can't use the word weight loss because Facebook has me. I think I'm on their blacklist. So I can't use certain words, but that you learn as with time. Like that you learn as you do it. I can't use the word detox anymore. They do not like it when I use detox. Everyone else can use detox, but I guess I've used it too much. And they don't let me use it anymore. They don't approve my posts. But this one actually, even though it says burns fat and suppresses appetite and it has the two products, they actually allowed me to boost this one. And I was able to get some responses. I think I sold like 2 products out of it. And when I do paid posts, I do $1 or $2 a day. $2 is very good, but you need to have the time to respond to people. $2 a day means you're gonna have at least 50 people messaging you, commenting if it's a good post, and that, especially with the T or with something to do with recruiting for the business, a lot of people are gonna respond to you, and people who have a full-time job, something else other than Vida Divina, it's hard. You have to figure out what times you want to be able to boost your post, because you want to make sure that you reply to people fast. Why is that important? A lot of our customers are emotional buyers, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that they see this product that helps them burn fat. The little cartoons are getting skinnier, the little icons, and that's an emotional purchase for them, because they're like, I want to look like that. I don't want to be how I am at right now. And emotional purchases, as sad as it is, they come and go. So if you reach the person 3 hours later, they might not be interested anymore. What we've had happen is that people who are interested in the tea, there's a lot of people in Puerto Rico interested in the tea. If you don't respond to them within a very quick time, they will go around, find another distributor, buy it from them. I had a lady who wanted to buy the tea. She didn't want to do it online, so I referred her to one of my teammates in San Juan, and she was in a doctor's appointment. So about 45 minutes later, she called the lady. She's like, "Hey, I'm the tea lady," and the customer said, "I already bought it." Less than 45 minutes. So that's what I mean by emotional. You need to know how to. You need to be able to respond to your people, and that's why I have the send message button, so people can just click from it. And there's different ways that the post will look, whether it's in the Facebook desktop app or if it's in the cell phone app. And that's just something else to think about. If you're gonna do a boosted post, you can choose your hours, what hours you want it boosted. I work from home all day, so I'm able to work with boosted posts at any time. But if you have a full-time job and you're not able to look at your phone till after 6 p.m., then don't boost it at that time. Boost it after 6, after 7. So response and duplication. Like I said, I make a post, whether it's paid or not. I'll have my clients respond. This is my phone. It's easier on the phone, I believe. I have the Facebook Pages app, and you can see this was one morning. I woke up like at 6 a.m. I breastfed my baby. I replied to a couple people, and then I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. 9 a.m. and I had 17 messages again from one of my fan pages, and that is crazy. It's insane. It's just like 3 hours. That's 17 people plus reach. That's just the messages that they messaged, they commented, they did a like or something. That's not the people who actually saw the post. So that was pretty amazing, and I called it like a crazy morning. That's one of those mornings when you're on your phone all morning. But it does have results. It's time consuming, it can be tiring, but I've been able to recruit, I want to say, I have 15 people on my team. 14 I've been able to recruit through Facebook. Yeah, 14, which is insane. And you can see people are gonna tell you the 1, 2, 3, the fourth message with the smiley face. It says add message, so every time you get you boost a post and someone clicks on it, it will tell you if it's an add message. When I posted my first ad message, I want to say I got like 50 responses in like 5 hours, and it tends to die down as time goes on, but it's insane. And you can run your business. You can do so much from your phone, from your computer, through Facebook. Make sure you know the guidelines. Make sure you know how you are following them. Duplication. In this case, I message a lot of people, and it gets really tiring to tell them the same thing over and over and over again. And it also becomes a little bit monotonous for me, and I might lose my oomph when I do it, because it's all the same information over and over again. So I copy and paste. Every time they ask me about the tea, I have the same copy paste message. Every time they ask me about the business, I have the same copy paste message. And actually, the apps, the fan page allows you to have saved replies, so you can just click on saved replies, select the reply that you want, and send it. And it's great to make it easier for you, because Facebook does time you and gives you a score on how fast you respond to people. I have an automatic response turned on saying I'm not available right now, but we'll get back to you real quick, pretty soon, or we'll get back to you soon, or as soon as we're able to, something like that. And that helps with my rating. And people usually respond, okay, thanks. And then I'm able to message them a couple minutes later, an hour later, 2 hours later. And I think my fan page, my Vida Divina Puerto Rico fan page, is at 19 minutes response time. That's my average response time, which I think is pretty good for the amount of people the amount of flow I have. And duplication as well is all these people asking you information. Make sure you follow up with them. It can be tiring. Right now, I've been following up with my people from the beginning of May. I was trying to get it done in like 10 minutes. It took me about an hour, with just May 1st. That's how many people I had message me that day. And it's just a way that you have to keep your business organized. Make sure you can see the little star next to the message. It helps you follow up. In the top where it says inbox, you can actually filter by done, spam, follow up, unread, inbox. So they have the tools to do it. You just have to figure out what works for you. Maybe a fan page does not work for you. Maybe a fan page is something that you just can't do at this time. It's not something that you can manage at this time. So make sure you use the same tools, but on your profile, on your Facebook profile. It might be just your, for example, my Facebook profile is Rosimar Zaragoza. So it might just be Rosimar Zaragoza, and just make sure that you're able to follow through in the same way. Maybe it might be through the Messenger app, and that's a little bit harder because you can't do the saved replies, but you can just have notes and copy and paste them, which I've done too. We have some notes on our cell phone when I share them, and if someone asks us about Adam, we already have a note that talks about what Adam does. Or if they ask us about the tea, we have a note saying how they can purchase the tea, how much it costs the tea, how to prepare the tea. It just helps to make it faster, more efficient for you, because the idea is that with duplication, you're going to have endless numbers of prospects, whether they're going to be customers or they're going to be distributors. And that is our point. We want to make sure that you are able to run your business the most efficient way possible. We want to make sure that you have the tools and that you use them. We all have this tool. Not a lot of us use them. And I use it, I'm sorry. And it's free, it's easy, and if you have the time to learn how to use it, I say go for it. So, with that said, I just wanted to say visualize a constant flow of new prospects. Like I said, it could be customers, it could be other teammates for your business, other representatives, distributors. But imagine a constant flow of new prospects, and that is what I've been living for the past 2 months. I started Vida Divina officially full on March 1st. It was on March 7th that I gave my resignation letter to my supervisor at the VA, and I believe it was March 9th that I actually did the checkout process. But since I had decided on March 1st that I was gonna do my letter, my resignation letter. No, I apologize. I resigned on the 1st. I signed out on the 7th, something like that. So I started my business full blown. I wanted to make sure that I had prospects. I went from a pretty steady paycheck to a commissions-based paycheck, which is super scary for me. I've had a job most of my life since I was 16. I'm 30. Apologize for my dogs. My first job was McDonald's. Excuse me. Shh. My first job was McDonald's, and then I did a jewelry store, and then I worked at school and college, and then I worked at a store, a military store, and then I went to college again to finish. and then I started working as a medical technologist, and that's a lot of years working, 14 years working already. And this is the first time I get to do it from home. This is the first time that I don't have that paycheck coming every 2 weeks. Like, I know what amount of money I'm gonna have, but it's been a blessing. It's been amazing to see how our hard work, mine and my husband's, has been very fruitful for us, and that we've been able to spend time with our baby and spend time with family. So, with that said, I will stop recording now, and I want to thank you for joining us. If you are interested, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you have any suggestions, also would like to hear them.